I'm in the back of the BD1, the new service van for my locksmith business, and I wanted to go over something with you that can save you a ton of money, but you can't wait too long, otherwise it'll be too late. Okay, not only do I own the Redneck Garage, but I also have a locksmith business. And so that's how I know a little bit about keys and locks and things like that. And if you bought a Brightdrop, you would have gotten a key fob that looked like this. This is called the shark fin, is what we call that in the biz. It has a emergency key. If you push that in, that's the emergency key, HU101. And it goes back into the fob. Now, if you bought your van and they only gave you one fob, there's a reason for that, because these dealerships will sell the fobs to companies that come by and say, hey, we'll buy your used fobs. So if they cannot give you one, then they can sell that for $50 or $40 or whatever they get for it to some guy that resells them on eBay or Amazon or something like that. So if you buy one, make sure you get your 2 fobs, because every single van comes with 2 fobs. Now, let me show you something real quick before we get into the rest of the video that's going to save you a ton of money and maybe a little bit of hassle. This is the emergency key. Now if you look on the van, there is no emergency key slot in the driver's side or passenger side. Let me show you. If your battery goes dead in your van, the 12-volt battery, and your fob isn't working, let me show you how you can use this to get in your van. You can see that there's no keyhole on the driver's side or passenger side. If you look on the passenger side back of the van, there's a little door here, and when you open it up, that's where your keyhole is, and when you turn that key, it'll allow you to open your roll-up door in the back. So with these passing gear, the manufacturers have figured out a way to make more money off of you, the consumer. When I have to make a key for one of these, the shark fins, not only do I have to go through Chevrolet to be able to get the security features to go through it, I'll have to be a member of NASTF, which is National Automotive Service, blah, 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 locksmiths. I have to pay for a membership there. It's a bunch of red tape for me to do that. I have to take, I have to get registration, driver's license, addresses, all kinds of information just to be able to do that. So it becomes relatively expensive to make even just a spare key for, let's say, a Brightdrop van or a Chevy Silverado or anything like that. But there is a way that we can save money, do it inexpensively, and be prepared. When you lose one of these fobs, you'll still have 2 left, and you can get another one and program it in. If you have 2 fobs, which you should have gotten from your dealership, you can program your own 3rd one or 4th one. You can do 2, you can do 1, it doesn't matter. It'll hold up to 8. So let's go through that procedure. And rather than having to pay me or take it to the dealership hundreds of dollars, it's going to be a relatively easy process and not that expensive in comparison. If you look on the dash up here behind your instrument panel, there's a little, you can kind of tell if you look closely, that's where your key goes. And let's say your key fob, the battery is out of it, or if I took the battery out, the van wouldn't start because it wouldn't recognize the key fob. But if you set it here, right here, then the van will recognize the fob and start. That's your emergency procedure. Now this is, we're going to use this section here to program our new fob. Alright, so I've got my 2 existing fobs that I went ahead and just put on the passenger side seat. That's what it says to do with them. And here's my new fob right here. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and power it up. Awesome. And I'm going to go into settings, and I'll go to vehicle, remote lock, unlock, and start. Go all the way to the bottom, remote key pairing. You can set up another key for your vehicle, place the key you want to pair in the transponder pocket. 2 previously paired keys should be inside. They're over there on the jumper seat. And I'm going to go ahead and put this right here on that. I'm going to hit start. Key pairing is in progress. Ready for key 3, says here. Alright. Awesome. Now, for some reason, I've actually taken the other 2 remotes out, taken them far away from the van to make sure this new one works, and it's still saying remote key pairing. It's supposed to actually exit that, but I'm pretty sure it will go ahead and exit that out in its own time whenever it feels like it. Maybe it's a cycle thing, but don't need to worry about that. The fob itself works like a champ and works with the buttons. So no need to worry. The fob works like it's supposed to. That should go away on its own without any additional input. Alright, so the new fob works perfectly. I've got 3 fobs now instead of the 2, and if I lose one, I can go buy another one and program it myself rather than having to pay some janky locksmith to program a key, or the dealership. Now, I've got a link down below from Amazon. You can buy the key for $49. The dealership wants like $180 to $200 depending on which dealership you go to, and then they want another like $200 to program it. So instead of $400, you're going to spend $50. You're going to have 3 fobs, and it's going to save you a ton of money going down the road by doing it yourself. Any questions, comments? Post them below. I've got to finish up the air conditioner. I got a lot of stuff to finish up. But anyway, the Brightdrop now has 3 amazing keys. And I'm getting back to work. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.